Welcome to Sports Geek Throwback. Here's your host, the sports geek himself, Sean Callanan.
G'day, I'm Sean Callanan from Sports Geek, and welcome to Sports Geek Throwback, where I pick out the best bits from the Sports Geek podcast archive. For this week's Sports Geek Throwback, I go back to episode 96 with Brian Costello, published back in August 2015. Brian is from the Portland Timbers. He's the Director of Digital Optimization at the Timbers and a fellow SEAT Steering Committee member. Remember, if you need help with your digital marketing and sponsorship teams, please get in touch. That's what we do at Sports Geek in applying the digital to dollars process to help your team build revenue. In this throwback episode, Brian and I discuss engaging fans in new and interesting ways. Remember, you can always listen to the full episode at sportsgeekhq.com/96.
And the thing is, I guess, the way that you go about telling stories, you know, again, if we went back to 2010 and the platforms that were available to now, we've seen a renaissance of long form, you know, things like Medium and that are now allowing people to write longer form, you know, grantland.com and things like that, where people want to consume long form written stuff. But then we've also got this visual storytelling and the fact that video is just completely blowing up over the last, 2 to 3 years, where more and more teams are providing these, killer stories behind the scenes, tell the story. Like when you've got something like the Timbers Army, as well as all the access to the players, the appetite for it is insatiable. How have you found yourself as a storyteller sort of moving from the written form to more visual forms? And I guess how have you built out your team to satisfy that need?
Yeah, no, and I think there's been a whole host of adjustments and developments since I've been here. I mean, the team is still very lean. We've grown in bits and places, and we have a staff writer. I write a lot of stuff. We have a social media coordinator, and a lot of it too is balancing what type of content goes where, what's best for that story too. So sometimes there's a piece that we're, hey, let's have a really engaging player take over a Snapchat account versus another initiative that I've been working on a lot this year is a special collaboration we've been doing with Howler on a series of long form pieces, like you say, that dive into different elements of the club and team history. And I think it's not necessarily a one-size-fits-all. It's what's the best tool to use to tell this story. And, like when I started, like Instagram didn't really exist. Vine didn't exist. Periscope, Snapchat, those are all things that have come on strong in the last 5 years. I mean, we had Facebook and Twitter, and even those pieces were things that we were using and utilizing, but a lot of that was very much as a way to help get the word out about things we were doing and stories we were telling, and we still obviously use them for that. But now there's much more interaction with them as well, between communicating with fans and replying to fans and finding ways to build a conversation around the story.
If you like this Sports Geek Throwback episode, please check out the full episode at sportsgeekhq.com. Please share Sports Geek with your sports business colleagues. We appreciate you sharing. We love working with podcast listeners. Please get in touch so we can help your team. Go to sportsgeekhq.com/phone call. All Sports Geek episodes are available at sportsgeekhq.com and all podcast platforms.